And that's literally it. The whole cake, you pop it in the oven and wait till you see it when it comes out. Welcome to One Ingredient, 5 Ways, where we take one budget-friendly ingredient and turn it into 5 delicious recipes. Today we're going to be working with canned pineapple. It's affordable year-round, it's already prepped and ready, and it's extremely versatile. You can use it in savory recipes and sweet. If you're new here, Budget Bites has been around since 2009. We focus on bringing you low-cost meals that are easy to make and don't break the bank. Let's get cooking. One of the recipes that I'm excited to share with you first is our spicy cucumber pineapple salad. It comes together in minutes. It's so easy to make, and the recipe on the blog actually calls for frozen pineapple, but I've used canned pineapple in juices, not in the heavy syrup, and it comes out just as good. So if you ever open up a can of pineapple and you don't need the entire can, you can totally throw it in a freezer bag and use it in smoothies or this recipe later. This next recipe is one of my favorites, and it's called Do Nothing Cake. So the best part about this recipe is how easy it is. There's really no rhyme or reason to what you add to the bowl first, which is why this recipe is so great. You're gonna add your crushed pineapple, our sugar, our flour, our baking soda, a little bit of vanilla extract, and 2 eggs. And with a hand mixer, just blend everything together until it's all one texture. And you don't need to worry about this being completely smooth because those little tiny pieces of the pineapple are gonna make it kind of a chunky consistency. And that's literally it. The whole cake, you pop it in the oven and wait till you see it when it comes out. If you thought making the cake was easy, making the frosting is even easier. You're just gonna add your unsalted butter, sweetened condensed milk. It smells very tropical in here right now. Once your cake cools, you're gonna add the frosting on top, and then you can decorate it however you want, but I highly recommend pecans and coconuts. And there you have it. Probably one of the easiest recipes that I've ever developed as far as desserts go. The Do Nothing Cake is gonna make it into your regular rotation, I promise. I have another sweet treat to share with you, and this one's a little nostalgic. It's our pineapple orange Julius. With just 4 ingredients, you can whip up this frozen treat. Pineapple, and you could use canned and then freeze it. That's what I did, and I got it packed in juice, not in the syrup. Whole milk, but you could choose any plant-based milk of your choice, and a little bit of vanilla. And this is gonna bring you back to that orange Julius stand at the mall when you were a kid, trust me. This recipe is perfect to share. It's our black bean pineapple salsa. So this recipe is actually a part of our jerk chicken recipe on the blog, but it's amazing by itself. You can also use it on tacos, of course the jerk chicken, or you can just dip our air fryer tortilla chips in it and enjoy. You've got this great hit of sweetness and acid from the pineapple, and I've also mixed in some fresh onion, fresh cilantro, and a little bit of green chilies. So it's really the perfect treat. The next recipe I'm going to share with you is our Skillet barbecue pineapple chicken. So this recipe is super easy to do and will 100% wow your family. But the flavors in this dish are savory chicken, really juicy. We're going to just sear it in the pan, make sure that it's cooked, and then we're going to top it with barbecue sauce, pineapples, and the juice from the can, as well as some other little fresh ingredients. So first things first, we're going to add our cooking oil to our oven-safe skillet. And then we are gonna salt and pepper our chicken thighs. So we love using chicken thighs here at Budget Bites because they're so affordable and so tender and juicy. We're gonna go ahead. You wanna pull your chicken once it has reached an internal temperature of 165. So go ahead, temp. We are definitely there, which is perfect. And I'm going to move those over to a pan that I've set aside. Very addictive, delicious pan sauce. So this is when our pineapple ingredient comes into play. All right, so I've turned the heat down to low, and I'm going to separate the pineapple juice from the can, and I'm going to whisk this in. And you're gonna just scrape up all those little bits of the crispy cooked chicken from the bottom of the pan. So once I've warmed up the pineapple juice enough where it's easy to scrape off those tasty little bits of chicken at the bottom of the pan, now I can add my barbecue sauce. And I'll bump up the heat just a hair. Once your sauce has thickened a little bit more, you're going to add your chicken thighs back to the skillet. And because we can't have enough pineapple in this recipe, now we're gonna add the sliced pineapple into the skillet. And then we're gonna transfer this to the oven and put it under the broiler just to get a little bit more color on top there, and then it's ready to serve. It's been in the oven under the broiler for about 4 or 5 minutes, and it's ready for us to top with our fresh ingredients. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of One Ingredient 5 Ways. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and let us know how you like to use canned pineapple. See you next time. Okay.